It ain't often when a new game comes out and you hear good things. How often does that happen? It's cool how they made it look just like the old one. I'm still not 100% sure I am playing the new one.
Yeah.
Whoa. Can I look at my face? Whoa! What the fuck, dude? This is like, this guy looks like a little bitch.
I don't blame you. I've listened to my
Isn't this the guy who's doing the voice for Mario or some shit? He looks familiar. This is, so far, way less of a remake than I thought. Yeah, he looks kind of like young Adam Sandler, you're right. A little bit. Wow, it's very similar. I'm glad I played this recently. I'm going to be able to take the Pepsi challenge. Sometimes I have the tendency, believe it or not, to forget about games even though I've played them recently. But this one's still pretty fresh. Are they going to remake part 2? I think they might. Looking at this and seeing what their definition of remake is, they could easily remake part 2 like this. I thought they were gonna remake it like from the ground up. I didn't watch enough of it to know. Wow, it does feel a little bit different, but similar, very similar. It looks really good.
The ones I saw.
Nice upgrade. 80 bucks all day.
Look at them.
When you think about the price tag, it doesn't look that good.
We can't. The tram system's wrecked.
When you think about the price tag, it doesn't look all that good. I'll be honest.
So how do we do this?
But it does look good. Reload. Ooh, I like that too. Okay, there's little things. There's little things. I like the little things. They add up to 80 bucks, all these little things. Man, I gotta say, so far, overall, I'm fucking disappointed. I gotta be honest. This is exactly like the shit I just fucking played for 80 bucks. I mean, it's so fucking similar. I mean, it looks fine. I wouldn't say it looks as good as Demon's Souls as far as taking my breath away. They made him look like Adam Sandler, that's true. 80 bucks. So all those dudes that were saying how good it is, are they all paid shills or what? People have been saying, oh, it's so good. They are? How the fuck did they get a hold of my whole chat? Pay them off with weed? This guy said it's good, but it's the same game. So aren't you just saying the old one's good then? Because we all fucking know that already. The old one's really good. We know that. But 80 bucks. What about 80 bucks? Are you forgetting that part? Dude, Demon's Souls Remake is way, way more of a visual upgrade than this. I could turn this off and turn on my PC version and do a little bit of a bong rip, and it's just as fucking good. It's very close, okay? The visual upgrade from Demon's Souls, the original, to the... Currently, Demon's Souls on PS5 has the best graphics I've ever seen. It's up there with among the most beautiful looking games that exist. I'm not over here feeling that yet about Isaac. Let me tell you another difference between this and Demon's Souls. So, when you immediately turn on Demon's Souls and you start swinging your sword around and you start doing parries and backstabs and attacking them, it feels like different. The animations are different. This does not feel different at all. It feels like shitty. I'll be honest. It feels shitty. It feels like I got ripped off. Man, what a disappointment this is. What the fuck, man? I already own this and I just played it the other day. What the fuck were you excited about? I just played this. EA got Aris between their cheeks. Wouldn't that mean that I'm supposed to like it and tell you guys how good it is and shit? Or are you unaware of how insults are supposed to work? They gave Callisto Protocol like a fucking total ass blasting. You know that? When that game came out, they gave it the biggest fucking ass beating ever. That game was a disastrous launch. And they're praising these jerk-offs for fucking
Inventory says there's a spare board in the maintenance bay.
repainting this
Can't
old
run the
game.
trams without it.
Demon Souls feels totally like the animations alone. What about all the animations, dude? These animations are not new. Are they? Maybe they are. Bruh, you're blind? What are you saying? Are you saying they're the same? You're blind? Or are you saying they're new and you're blind?
Thank you.
Because I still can't tell. Because if you're saying it looks good and it's totally worth 80 bucks, then that means you are, they got to you. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. I'm saying I'm disappointed. Yeah, I know how much better the PC version looks. In fact, I highly doubt that you even know how good the PC version can look. I don't think you want to get involved in a PC vagina size competition with my PC, because mine has the biggest, most cavernous vagina there is. But regardless of that, I don't think that it's gonna look that much better. Maybe a little bit. It won't look that much better if I'm streaming it, that's for sure. It's worth full price to you? How, well, okay, if you truly believe it is, like if you're not trolling right now and you're like, yeah, it's worth it, I'm happy. My next question would be, when was the last time you played Dead Space 1 and on what platform? Because if you recently played Dead Space 1 on PC in 60 FPS, I don't think so.
I'm happy with you, smile.
I don't think that that's you. If you own and play that shit on PC in 60 FPS, you won't be impressed with this. Because I did, and I'm not. But I'm not a pro game critic, dude. Maybe if I was a pro game critic, I would know how to fondle EA's nuts while I suck their dick. So that way, I would get hired by them and I'd be in on it. I guess I'm doing that part wrong. It's 90 out of 100, I'd say. Which, if you do the math, is about 10 out of 10. I'm gonna try and like focus on things that are new and appreciate those things. And I think that if you combine all of those things, it will equal at least 80 bucks. Yeah, maybe I'm speaking too soon, dude. You know, you're here with me. We're along for the ride. So why would I not tell you what I think now? I'll tell you what I think then too. You know, I'm just explaining how I feel at the moment. So you guys could be up to date. You guys could know how you feel. Because you're getting influenced all day. And you know, at the end of the day, you can't even be sure if I believe what I'm saying. I may be just trying to completely manipulate you. Just because I think it's funny that you are so susceptible to being influenced. This shit's whack. 80 bucks? Shit's a joke. Get influenced, bitch. But really though, it is kind of... I'm a little disappointed. But you won't know which is the truth. It doesn't even matter if you say this is not a remake, this is not a remaster. That's at this point irrelevant. We're talking price tag. For an $80 price tag, how much value does a new game being new have? You tell me. You have $80 here, and one game is a remake that's just completely covered in paint, and the other game is a new game. Which one to you? I mean, if you're only to value those stats, one game is new, one game is not new. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to value games, especially if it's gonna be art. If you're gonna be one of those weirdos that considers this to be art, then if I'm gonna be like you and be a weirdo, then how are you supposed to say if it's worth 80 bucks? The real art here is the art of fucking scamming. And these guys are Vincent Van Goghs, dude. They are the most ultimate artists. the art of chiseling out of stone a scam. So incredibly unpredictable that people will be excited until the day it comes out. Chiseled out of marble. $80. I'm the biggest Dead Space fan. I love this game. It's not like I'm... Maybe that's the problem. You know who will give this game good reviews? People who never even played Dead Space. They'll be like, wow, this is the greatest game. Holy shit, alternate fire. Man, it's so scary. They're gonna be like, this is the greatest game. 90 out of 100. You're a bunch of scrubs. You never played this game. If you played this game recently on PC, this is not worth $80. If you ask me. But you didn't ask me. So, no problemo. People who have never played Dead Space, though, let me tell you, I'm being honest. If you've never played Dead Space, get this shit. It is so good. You will love it, dude. You will love it. This is such an amazing game. And this is the best way to play it. It is, really. I mean, it does look good. And I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying that this is the best way to play it. But if you've played Dead Space and if you're a fan of it, I think you'll be disappointed. Personally, we all agree it's good, but I'm not worth $80. Listen, Mozart, we don't agree. I don't even know what your opinion is, but I know I don't agree with it. I'm willing to change my opinion just to be opposing you. Just FYI. So let me know what your opinion is, and then I'll let you know what mine is. You first. What a disappointment. You're impressed? Hey, are you impressed? It's the exact same thing, dude. Let me bring up something. Okay. That event that we just saw, it was cool in Dead Space 1. I remember thinking it was cool. It was cool. Let's talk about that scene in Resident Evil 2 Remake where the news reporter is talking about whatever shit he's talking about, and Mr. X reaches through the wall, grabs his head, and squeezes it until it pops. Okay? Do you remember that scene? That scene was not in the original. That was a remade scene from the original in which they added something that was so sick that in some ways it surpassed the original. I can't help but think of things like that when I see this cutscene from a moment ago that was a carbon copy exact. I mean, I don't think you need to remake things when you're really just literally remaking something. It's not necessary to do something like remake something like the Mona Lisa. You don't need to. It's already there. Unless you're going to significantly, you know, apply your own twist to it. And then it's a new work of art. It becomes a new work of art inspired by the original. Those babies are kicking around in there at least. That's cool. Doing some dance moves.
Saved $80. Thanks, Smile.
Sure, man. My pleasure. Really, that's the truth. If there is any value, true real world value to what I do for a living, then that has to be the only scrap of value there is. That I'm willing to buy this shit and play it so that you don't. That is like my only contribution to society. You know what I mean? It's the least I could do. Thanks.